Jess. So I've been trying to go live for like 2 hours, but my best friend had me wrapped up on the phone. So, yes, I have obviously been watching the developments in the Michael Vaughan case. I'm going to assume that you guys are caught up to date. It's everywhere on YouTube. But this situation with Bullhorn Betty and Michael Vaughan might not be my take on it. Might not be what you're expecting. I don't know. I don't. eh, I've seen all kinds of varying comments, but when I watched that with Brandy, um, I immediately had an emotional knee jerk reaction of, "Hey Jess," of like, "How dare you?" Like, "How dare you do this?" But I didn't go live right away. I wanted to marinate on the situation really, and kind of think about it more logically than emotionally. Honestly, you know, what Betty did by calling the Fruitland Police Department, asking a question, them giving her a response, it's not illegal. Um, to a lot of people, I think it's immoral, but it's not illegal. And it's not out of the realm that YouTubers, news media, people will contact police stations and ask different questions. I certainly did that in Dylan's case. Um, so when I sat back and I really watched, I'm not subscribed to Bullhorn, so she's definitely not a person that I typically watch. Um, but I decided, because this was a big outrage, that I wanted to watch the stream for myself, and then I wanted to watch what she had to say after. And she made some points. You know, it did come out on the news not long after um, she called. And I think one of her points was that she wasn't actually the one that broke this news to Brandy. It was the panel of friends of Brandy's that did. And they got this live reaction from her that was heart wrenching. So I want to watch that. I just want to watch it with you guys, um, because the emotion alone is just enough to piss anybody off, right? But when you take that out of it and you look at it as just reporting, um, it's a fact. It is in writing. I put it on my community tab. I know other creators have as well. Um, I would never suggest for a parent, um, in such a intense situation like Brandy and Tyler. I would never suggest for them to be on YouTube. Simply because, well, we all know how people can be. People can be cruel. They can be mean. They can say awful things. Things are going to be released on YouTube. Um, that's that's not going to stop. This is a true crime genre. That's what people do. They do report on it. Um, and so, yeah, I, in a lot of ways, I am wondering why they played that on the live stream with her. Um, because you see the pain. I mean, you see, and even, my thought when I thought about this, I thought about, would she have taken this better if a police officer told her? Maybe. Um, but this kind of news, I don't think there's anyone really that could break this to you and you are not going to fall apart because it's your child, you know? So, but I do want to watch this with her, Brandy. So hang on. I've slowed the speed down. And this is conspiracy.
For Michael and our family, and we just stay strong and keep the hope.
Okay, this comment says, Purple, can you tell Brandy to speak to Hoof? BH called police to find out charges on that, and they told her he
That is false.
them about putting out information also. Wow.
That is false. That is false. That is not true. And I have a very close source that has seen the documents. That is not true.
Betty's kind of hard to hear here, but so this is supposedly her calling the police station. Wow.
Yes, can you provide me what charges are for Stacy Woodruff?
You know, like the wow and the gasp, it makes you feel like, oh my God, something terribly wrong has been done. I called about Robert Aviles on a live stream in Dylan Rounds' case. And he was in jail, and they did tell me for what. He had an old warrant. So again, this is not unusual that a YouTuber or members of the press do this, investigative journalists do this. People that are reporting on true crime do that. We get court documents, we will call. Okay, carrying on.
Oh. Okay, what's her charges? All right. Thank you very much.
So, that's all it's on there. I'm about to cry and then explode. I can't breathe.
That's not JD.
No, it's a Hoof is what they're saying. I don't know if there's an officer named Hoof. No, she sprays out my Hoof. Probably not the best time for a
You
joke.
guys, I gotta go. I gotta contact Fruitland Police Department because right there, that putting it out there, recording it online.
Yeah, that's bad.
All right, and I'll be back.
Okay. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Hi, baby. Hey, Brandy.
So it's not a lie. The yard that they're digging up right now, the woman is being charged with not reporting the death of a child. And thank you for putting that out on the internet before our family was informed, because they were trying to protect us and they're trying to make sure, because there's two people involved.
Oh my God.
They're trying to tie the case together. So thank you so much for putting that out there before they could tell us. Thank you. You have no idea what you've done to our family right now. You have no idea. I woke up with hope this morning and praying and praying. I'm so sorry, Brandy. Oh my God.
I'm gonna stop it there. Bullhorn Betty did, obviously, like we all know. Broke that kind of. Well, actually, it was broke on Twitter, actually. And there was a smaller channel that did report it first, I believe. But Betty, with a larger channel, was obviously seen and heard on there. So it's absolutely heartbreaking to listen to. There's zero doubt about that. But I don't think that it's hurting the case in any way. And the reason being is because the police department themselves are the ones that released this. Um, they told her straight out on the phone what the charges were for. And again, those documents are out. They are public. So I've seen people say, that's not an argument that it's public. Well, but it is. I mean, if you are reporting on a case, it's public. It's public information. It's factual, and there it is. And I think it's very sad that they had not told the family yet. I don't know what the reasoning is. I'm not going to put down because I don't know this police department well enough to say anything. But it's unfortunate that they didn't tell her first. But again, they did make it public. Um, so hi Mal, hi Indy. Indy is saying, I don't understand why it was shown to Brandy on a live stream. Yeah, I had the same question. Um, I know, I guess Purple Knights goes by Purple Phoenix now. I just remember her as Purple Knights. I'm not subscribed to either one of these creators, so I don't watch them at all. But I do know that Purple Knights, or Purple Phoenix rather, has been a long time supporter of Brandy Neal. And I know that she's had her on her channel and things like that a long while back. And I imagine, she still has done that. But I just, if I saw that information was being released, I think maybe I would have ended the live stream and found out what the heck was going on, and then probably told Brandy, I think you need to make a phone call to Fruitland Police Department. But the getting her live reaction, it just made me sad. That didn't excite me to see or anything. That was just heartbreaking to watch. Um, I'm sure it drew a lot of views for sure. And I just question why that was done that way. I mean, as far as Betty goes, I again I don't watch Betty, but I know, with the Don Wells and the job thing, I spoke out about that. I did not think that was fair. They had not been charged with anything at that point, and for them to go and just take his job away. I mean, that wasn't cool at all. It wasn't good. YouTubers shouldn't be doing that. But gathering information that's factual, uh, and you're a true crime, you have a true crime channel. There's nothing really wrong with that. So, Brown Eyed Girl. My opinion is that people. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me start that again. My opinion, and let me put the chat up so I can see you guys a little bit better. Hang on. So Brown Eyed Girl is saying, my opinion is that person is one that hurt by playing it live while she was on there. Yeah, I'm not, I've tried to logically think about why that would be done that way. And I can't come up with a good reason. I do understand why Betty reported that. Again, it was factual. They told her this. That came straight from law enforcement's mouth. Whether they dropped the ball in doing that, or I don't know. I mean, it's public record. And there's a reason that our court system, because I've seen a lot of people say, everything should be sealed, blah blah blah. That's not how our court system works. Things are public for a reason. You don't want everything hidden. I know that there have been, I think the probable cause in this case has been temporarily sealed. But you don't want a government that can just arrest people, put whatever charges they want, make nothing public, and just convict them. You don't want that. That's not a good country. So there is a reason why things are made public, because the public does have a right to know what our judicial system is doing. Um, so I've thought a lot about this. I really have. Brandy like really breaks my heart just watching her. I have a lot of trouble watching that. And I don't understand because I've never had a child that went missing. But I can imagine, the love that I have for my children. I imagine she has the same. And that has to be gut wrenching. But at the end of the day, whether Betty called that police station or not, the results are the same. And everyone was aware, that this backyard was being dug up because of Michael. So I don't think the charges are that far fetched. I still imagine it hurt a whole lot hearing it, a whole lot. But completely shocking, I don't know. I mean, you don't dig for an alive child, you know? You have an idea that they were digging, for a deceased child. And unfortunately, Michael is. And that's hard for any person, any mother, any father, to stomach. And so I think we have these really, really emotional reactions. And just in the future, I hope that no one on the stream or nobody that watches the stream or anything like that has something like this as horrific happen to them. But if it does, and believe me, I will pray that it does not. I would definitely. I think one person on that stream gave some pretty good advice, which was, take the phone to the house, put them somewhere, and just stay off of social media, because it's just going to break your heart over and over and over again. And dealing with the stress of, people reporting on your son's case or your child's case, it's just hard, the entire thing. So, yay, Grandma. Please stay above ground as long as possible, please. Okay. Brown Eyed Girl. A true friend would check with her in private, not on a live stream for hundreds to see her reaction. Yeah, I definitely had that thought. Hi, Mel Mac. Um, hey, oh, true crime with Shannon. I was thinking that was Lauren Dellin. I was about to say, hey, Glory. But hey, Shannon. Um, I like purple, but yeah, she probably shouldn't have played Bullhorn Betty recording like that. Yeah, I have to agree with that. Um, Brandy didn't break down when it was played. She thought it false, so she went to law enforcement. Yes, yes, she did. And then seeing her come back on, with when she said it's not a lie, to me, I could just feel her like, oh my God, this is real. This is real. And even though they were aware that this backyard was being dug up, you know, you have to imagine that if it was your child, you would be in a lot of denial. You would hope until the very end that there is somehow your child is coming home. And I think that in that moment, that hope was just, it was gone. And that's got to be such a difficult thing to even begin to process. And that's why being on YouTube or social media, I don't think is going to help at all. Definitely surround yourself with supportive people. But I probably wouldn't be watching a lot of lives or a lot of things like that, because in this, there's so many different, well, there's five. There's five different stages of grief, and the first one is anger. Um, and so I imagine that it just made her angry. Like, you know, oh my God, I can't believe that this is real and this person said this and it's true. And, so the anger comes pouring out and I feel her. I've attempted mentally to put myself in her shoes with my own child. And I think I would have a similar reaction. I think I would just be angry and lashing out and how dare you, but as far as it hurting the case, um, I just don't from a legal standpoint like see how that's possible when it's been released legally. So yeah, I saw that. Hey Ray. Ray Bird is saying law enforcement should have told Brandy before it was public knowledge. Yeah, I agree. Brandy is angry and needs someone to blame. Yep. Law enforcement has been digging for days just down the road. Obviously, charges will follow. Yeah, I just didn't really think that was. But I'm on the outside looking in. I'm not the one that's had to sit, over a year waiting for my baby to come home. So it's obvious to me with them digging up the yard that what Ray is saying, charges are obviously going to follow. Um, but that might not be so obvious to a mother that just has hope in her heart that somehow they will not find him and that he will still come home. So, whenever I say I understand, I have to check myself because reality is I don't. I've never been in her shoes. I do not envy it, but I have a ton of empathy for it. Mel Mac, anyone could have called. Yes, they could have. And received that information. I'm so sorry that law enforcement didn't notify Brandy and her family. Well, Brandy did say, they were trying to protect us. But, you know, I don't want to say that they were not. But again, anyone could have called and asked that very question and they would have given that same answer. Um, so I think that they should have thought ahead, but I don't know. I'm just still not going to crap on them. I mean, they are doing a very tedious job right now, digging up that backyard. That could take. I think I saw up to a week. They are putting all that dirt inside of trucks to be taken elsewhere and sifted through. That is very very tedious. Brown Eyed Girl, our grandma is saying that whole issue right there. Brown Eyed Girl, the whole situation is horrible. It absolutely is, Brown Eyed Girl. Raybird, my heart breaks for Brandy, but law enforcement. Oop, I scrolled too far up, Ray. Law enforcement is the one to blame, in my opinion. Yeah, I think so too. Grandma, for any mother, yes, it's a nightmare scenario. Yep. Alley Cat, too many raw nerves, just open and vulnerable to be triggered, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said at the beginning of this live stream, I didn't go live right away with this. I saw everybody freaking out about it and just having very emotional knee-jerk reactions because again, it's difficult to watch Brandy have that breakdown and not feel emotional, or at least for me, and it's seemingly a lot of other people as well. But when you step back away from that and you look at it logically, um, as painful as this is for Michael's family, and I can't imagine, but it's facts. If Bullhorn Betty was out here spewing stuff like Rose Bly is still alive, then by all means go in on her. But no, what was said is factual. Indeed, might there be a reason they didn't tell Brandy beforehand? I don't know, Indy, because what she said after she called the police department was they were trying to protect us, and that there are two people. So I am definitely expecting charges against Stacy, the husband. And she said they're trying to tie the two cases together, which I'm still really confused on that of who told what. Did Stacy tell? They said the tip came from inside the home, and he's in jail. I know he lives there, but he's been in jail since May. Where did the tip come from? From her? From you know what? They both have S names, and it screws me up every time. Like the husband has a woman's name, so. But did it come from the wife? Where did this tip come from? Indy, how is not telling them protecting them? I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, maybe they, because they haven't actually found Michael yet. We do have to remember that. Um, Maybe they were just waiting until they had 100% confirmation. But in reality, if you're going to tell anybody else that calls, you're not protecting them, because the media, the mainstream media reported it, I think an hour or two after Betty. It wasn't long. It was a couple of hours. So they have the same information. I believe Huff and his team, this is True Crime with Shannon, have been great, but this was just a bad thing to come out. Yeah, there's never a good time for it, no matter what. Whenever you find out a child has been murdered, it's not going to hurt any less. It's not going to bother you any less. It's not going to change the outcome of it. It's kind of like a don't kill the messenger type thing. Um, Jule, hi Jule. Have you been keeping an eye on the Debbie Kohler case? Man, I would love to pick your brain on that case. I haven't. I have not, Jule. Raybird. Fruitland hasn't stopped looking for Monkey, unlike Hawkins County and poor Summer. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's why I don't feel comfortable sitting here like, oh, they're a terrible police department. They did a terrible thing. I don't think so. I think they were asked the question, they released the charges, and again, they've released them, on paper. So people have that. It's on YouTube. It's on my own community tab. So, the charges are not a big secret. Now, everything else, maybe the story of how it happened, what exactly happened, who did what, who said what, they're going to keep that maybe under wraps for now, which I think they are. But the charges themselves, they're charges. I mean, they don't need to be kept private, not from a legal standpoint, anyway. Hi, Brenda. Julie, because the witness is cray cray and not dependable. Yeah, Sarah and Stacy. Their names kind of get me. Indeed, they have to have something that corroborates her statement. Yeah, listen, I don't know what the tip was. Obviously, I don't think any of us do. I mean, I guess, that Michael is buried in the backyard, which even that's a little confusing because they're digging in their backyard. But I thought that she said the neighbor's backyard, like near the shed. So I'm a little confused about that, but there had to be something very significant that was told to law enforcement for them to charge her with this before they even find Michael. Yeah, I said the same thing. So, Alley Cat, off topic. Are you looking into the 4 Idaho college kids apparently targeted and killed in an attack? I seen an article on that, Alley. Surveillance video of guy creeping around 2 gals beforehand released from food truck. Yeah, I did read. I did see an article on that. Haven't dug into it deeply, but yeah, I did. So yeah, that's kind of my take on what happened with this. Um, I think like things like going to people's houses and causing crazy ruckuses and getting arrested and things like that. You probably shouldn't be doing that as a YouTuber. Okay. But showing factual documents, things coming straight from law enforcement. I don't think that there is any problem with that. So, I mean, that's kind of what you want, right? You want facts. You don't want, a bunch of hearsay or this or that. So the facts are the facts, and they're out there, and those facts are just, regardless, they are going to hurt the family, because they are absolute now. I think I think that they're absolute, that Michael is that, and it is in writing again. But they're gonna have to start a mourning process, and that's very difficult. Grandma, Jess, there was also info about the front yard, and they will dig that whole place up. Yeah, I saw the chief say that they'll dig it all up if they have to, whatever it takes, pretty much. Juliet, but after all the BS she pulled with people, were already so fed up with bullhorn. Yeah, yep. Bullhorn Betty definitely has a reputation on YouTube. No doubt about that. And that's why, I just want to make it clear that I'm not subscribed to her or Purple. I'm not. I'm kind of an unbiased person here. I'm not a Betty lover or hater. I'm not a Purple lover or hater. They're just not people I typically watch. But when I did watch it, I separated the emotion from the logic, and what Betty did, quite frankly, like I said, I've called police departments myself about cases to inquire about information. They're only going to give you what they feel comfortable with. They're only going to give you the information they actually want public. They're not going to tell you a lot of stuff. I talked to the FBI. Jeff Ross was not just filling my ears with all kinds of things about Dylan's case. It's not how it works. So, they felt comfortable enough to give that information. And again, it obviously was going to come out. Came out 2 hours on the mainstream media news once it was reported by Betty. Yeah, Allie. I didn't even know that Purple had changed her name. Like I said, when I seen people in comment section saying Purple Phoenix, I was like, who's that? But yeah, it's Purple Knights. Used to be Purple Knights, I guess. Something is going off on my phone, and I need to check it real quick. So I was expecting something. So just bear with me for a sec. Okay, not what I thought. Anyway. Well, I think we're kind of all on the same page here. Seems like, sweet brown-eyed girl. The whole thing is just gut-wrenching. I could never imagine the horror every day. It just really sucks some people like drama more than thinking first about people's real life for a reaction. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I definitely get that. I really do. But like I said, logically thinking, unfortunately, Michael Vaughan's family is not the first family that has found out from media. There's been many families like that. They haven't been told, and they see it literally on the night news. Um, there was. I don't want to go into that, but yeah, there people have found out that way, and that sucks. It really does. But then again, I just, when I picture myself, like if I ever got news like that, I think I would just fall down. Like no matter who said it to me, I think it would just fall straight, and like people would have to pick me up, cart me off or something, because I don't know. Regardless of who it came from, it just, how do you I don't even know how you would begin to process that this is real. My child is really gone forever. There is no going back. That's crazy painful. And things that I'm saying right now, how I'm talking, I wouldn't want Brandy to hear this because I think this would only make her sadder, you know? So that's why I'm saying maybe staying away from YouTube, maybe staying away from social media and just processing as a family is probably a good idea. Um, so, Grandma, it sucks that people hurt kids every single day. Yes, they do. They sure do, Grandma. And it's disgusting. Michelle, hi, Michelle. Sick that someone could refer to Michael as a project. Screw bullhorn Betty. She's sick. A project? She called him a project? And like, could you elaborate more on that, Michelle? uh, I yeah, maybe I missed that. I don't know. A project. Ugh. I don't like the word choice. I'll say that. Thank you, Julie. Yes, if you guys want to hit the like button, it definitely helps my channel and I appreciate it. Um, that's what she said in her live. Did she? Did I miss that? Because I watched the live at like 1.5, 1.75 speed just to get through it quickly. Um, so maybe I missed her saying that. But that's definitely not a good word choice. I'm definitely gonna agree with you there. Michelle is saying she refers to these cases as projects. It's gross. The children matter. Yeah. She needs to get some better terminology. They're definitely not projects. You know. Juliet, I agree. F. Betty. She said horrible things about these kids and victims, as have Molly Golightly and others. Yeah, like all of them. I don't watch them. So Molly, I may catch every like 6 months or something. Or if something happens, I'll go watch or something like that. But other than that, they're just not people that I typically like normally pay any attention to. So Tina Brown, you're back and I didn't miss it. No, Tina, I am back. Yeah, I've been back. I've trying to go live more. Um, there were things in my personal life that just happened and just really affected my day. Quite honestly, I was depressed. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was just depressed. I just didn't have the ambition to do it, and I don't know. I needed a break. So, but I'm fine. I'm better back. Um, Julie, she supported Dolly ripping a bullhorn from an old lady's hands. I can't support that. I was actually on a live stream, Julie, when somebody said that, and I was like, "What? Dolly got arrested for what?" And they're like, "Oh, you haven't seen it?" From for ripping a bullhorn. I'm like, "What? What the heck?" I have seen that clip. That is not a good look. I'm not gonna sit here and fake the funk. I think some of the shows Dolly has done have been great, but that was just that. This is why, if you're gonna go protest and stuff, please know your limits with other humans, with just other humans. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Brown Eyed Girl. I really appreciate that. Brown Eyed Girl sending in a 1999 super chat. Just some love in the sick world we all have to live in. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Alley Cat saying, "Hear you, Jess. Good for you on the self awareness. I was here, girl. Yeah, I think you were. I was gonna say that too, like, that I think you were here. Yes, thank you, Grandma, for thanking her. Um, where was I? Oh, the Dolly thing. Yeah, like I thought Turtle Island was pretty entertaining, but yeah, you really shouldn't be showing up. Just don't put your hands on other people or other people's things. Um, you know, when I watched that clip, I was like, ooh, that's really not cool. Um, I think he obviously let his temper get the best of him. So, but oh, thank you, Julie. Ship a dog in a combat position. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, love. A $5 super sticker. And you know what? Stupid restream. I can't even see it. I can't even see the dog in the combat position. Thank you guys. You guys know how to make somebody feel loved. And these days, yes, money is love. Believe me. Good Lord, the struggle is real. I don't know about you guys. I'm not trying to switch the whole thing about this chat, but food prices, inflation, holy cow. Um, Me and Tyler are just like, what the hell? It's crazy. So, Julie, I've missed you so much. Oh, thank you. You're sweet. Allie, he's so cute. That help? Yes, that does help, Allie Cat. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, times have been a little crazy. I usually don't like worry about my bills or things like that. Things are fine, but ah, things have been a little, I told Tyler, I said, well, we just have to weather a storm together because yeah, it is what it is. I mean, sometimes, especially in the state of the country's in, I guess we're just going to have to weather storm together and we'll be okay. Hopefully. Yes, inflation is completely out of control. I cannot deal. Michelle, glad to hear that Trump will be running, praying for the country. Jesus, I can't talk. Praying for the country. Julie, yes, it is. And holidays coming. Yes, Julie, that has me so stressed, girl. It's hard even when you're making what used to be a good living. Yes, I know. That's the craziest part. Um, Again, the struggle's been real. And what makes it harder is, Aubrey. She loves holidays. Any holiday. Doesn't matter what it is. Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's Day, it doesn't matter. She will go downstairs in the basement, get all the decorations. She brings them up herself. I came upstairs. She had the blow up Santa that goes outside. She had that in the house in the living room, blew up. She had my elf, my nutcracker, my little Christmas trees, my Mickey Mouse. She had all this stuff like all in the living room. I was like, hold on, child. Here, can we get to Thanksgiving first? Because it's just pressure. It is pressure, Julie. I'm like, oh man, this is such a reminder. We gotta go shopping. Shit. I told Tyler, I was like, we gotta make the best out of Black Friday this year. So, and Jace over here, he's wants a Nintendo Switch. So I took it. His birthday's November 1st, and I took him to GameStop. He wanted to get this gift card and something else. So I took him, and he's looking at the Nintendo Switch, and he's like, "God, these things are so awesome, Mom. This would be a great Christmas gift." He starts like hinting to me, and I'm like, "Oh man." So I asked the guy, I'm like, "How much are the Nintendo Switches?" $350. I was like, "Oh, geez." Felt my heart sink, right? So I was like, do you know if they're going to be going on sale on Black Friday? And he goes, not that I'm aware of. Nope. I was like, oh, great. So I just had it in my head, like, well, there goes like $450, like on Jace and games and a Nintendo Switch. That's one kid. So there's that. I can tell you guys, we've been eating a lot of grilled cheese and tomato soup here lately because of food prices. Prices are absolutely killing me. They are killing me. If I die of anything, it's going to be of my just astonishment at the food prices in this country at this point. Like, I feel like we're in Russia. Grandma, I hate the Christmas stuff in the stores before Thanksgiving. I know. Like, I love Christmas stuff. I love Christmas decorations. I love Christmas, okay? I'm a big fan of Christmas. But I don't know. Like, I like Thanksgiving too. Like, let's get through that. And then when you guys put it up, it's like magical. Julie, all three of mine have birthdays within 6 weeks of Christmas, starting on Thanksgiving Day and ending in January. Ooh, I feel your holiday B-Day pain. The Switch is great. We got one last year. Wait for Black Friday. Do you think they're going to go on sale? Really? Poor Jess passed from too many grilled cheeses. Yes, Grandma, that's what it's going to be. Michelle, $7 for a box of cereal. It's nuts. Exactly. $7. Like, that's craziness. I mean, the price of meats is just astounding. Like, me and Tyler used to be able to order subs. If we want a sub, oh, you want a sub today? Yeah, let's get a sub. Get some subs. Now, to order that? Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. And to speak on what you were saying, Julie, I actually have two sons, both born on November 1st. So that's two birthdays right before Christmas. But I've always, always, always tried to make my boys' birthdays, the best that I can, because it's not really fair. They didn't pick their birthday, and they deserve a birthday and birthday gifts and stuff like that. But it is hard. But my son Austin, he did turn 18, so he can just be expecting like a card with money in it from now on, with like me telling him how much I adore and love him. Still got some birthday parties to go. So, Julie, that's right. I forgot you told us that. Yep, two of them. Alley Cat, read up on Gizmodo or one of those tech blogs, Jess. Read Black Friday deals. Ooh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking to cut that price down in any way I can. Christmas is really expensive, and I don't know. Like, I really don't think we're going on vacation this year, which is going to be the first year. Like, Aubrey doesn't know Christmas really any other way. Christmas to her is Christmas vacation. Christmas to her is skiing, snow tubing, and being with the entire family. But unfortunately, Tyler's mother and stepfather are getting a divorce. It's kind of really affected the entire family this year, and I'm thinking that we're gonna have a traditional Christmas. It's kind of looking like that, but I don't know. Me and Tyler have to talk this over, because if we are gonna have a traditional Christmas, we're gonna have to again like make the best out of Black Friday. But it's been so long since I don't buy like a whole bunch of gifts for Christmas, because Christmas vacation is the gift. So I don't know. I mean, either way, it's shelling out money, I guess. I don't know. I just think vacations are funner because the whole family gets to participate. It's a whole memory thing. It's all of that. I just feel like it's everything Christmas should be, Because like kids open their gifts, they're done in like 4 or 5 minutes, and then it's like your living room's just jacked full of stuff, and yeah. Anyway, we're so far off topic. Ray Bird, my two girls, my two godsons, and I all have B days a week before Christmas. Oh my goodness, Ray. You know what? I think you told me that a long time ago. Um, July, November 20th, Best Buy Switch plus Mario Kart 8 bundle, $299. Shut up, girl. Yes. And that's at Best Buy? Nice. And Mario Kart. Ooh, I might have to steal that Switch from him. Those are all the games that I grew up with. Mario Kart, like Mortal Kombat, Sonic, all that kind of stuff. Grandma, mine is 12/12, and I hate it being so close to Christmas. Grandma, did you ever get shorted on your birthday because it was so close to Christmas? Like, did they ever like combine, like, hey, this is your Christmas and birthday gift? Like, I wouldn't hate on your parents if they did, because it's expensive, But love me some Mario Kart. Me too, Allie. I'm always the princess. That is my girl. She can get it. If you know how to use the princess right, you can beat anybody in the game. I would always be the princess, and my cousin would always be Toad. He loved Toad. So, too late. Yep, that's what it says online. Comes with digital Mario 8. We've got that one and love it. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Small thing on birthday, like a shirt. Oh, I see, Grandma. Yeah, you know what? I see why you hate it too. Because I kind of probably would too. Oh, Grandma, that was my dad's. Oh, that's really cute. Well, guys, we've been almost an hour. So I think we talked enough about what took place here. I guess I'm just gonna end this with saying that we should all probably just say a prayer for Michael Vaughan's family, for his mom, his dad, his siblings, and anyone else that loved him. Uh, it's gonna be a tough road for them. I am anxious to see what that Stacy guy is going to be charged with. I have a feeling it's going to be his murder. With Brandy saying there's two people involved. Oh, one last thing I wanted to touch on real quick. Thank you, Ray, for hitting the thumbs up. Grandma, thanks to all chat members and mods for coming in. Yes, thank you guys. But can I just say this? I don't want to end just a second. I had to go back because Above and Beyond Ancestors is like my favorite like tarot reader person on YouTube. And I was like, I know she had to like do a reading on this case. Sure enough, I went back a whole year. And she had did a reading, I think a week or two, maybe a week after Michael Vaughan had gone missing. And let me tell you, if you guys have not watched that, she was way more on point than she probably even realized. I mean, now I'm sure she does. But it was a pretty crazy reading, and she never says, yeah, this was the mom or dad. She picks up right away that there was a female. She picks up that there was a male and that the female was covering for the male. But and there's something about the female with genocide that she said, something like that. But anyway, you guys should go check that out if you haven't watched it. Maybe I'll repost. I should. I'm going to post it on my community tab if you guys want to watch that. Just kind of see with what we know so far, how kind of weirdly accurate it is. Just thus far. We have to see what's to come. So, but all right. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.